When it comes to NBA fans and sports fans in general, one thing I see all the time is revisionist history with older legends. And one of the commonly accepted myths and narratives about Michael Jordan is that his time in Washington was a failure, and as a player, he was complete garbage. And unfortunately for you guys, one of the bigger podcasts out there by Gilbert Arenas is again pushing this narrative.
He is still top 5, still fastest dude in the NBA. That's what I said. No one's. At this point, like.
How old was Mike when he retired?
36, right?
With the Wizards?
No, when he came, you talking
When he
about
came back with the Wizards, he came back at 38.
He's averaging 30.
He played
Michael
80
Jordan?
to 40.
Think about what he has to do to
67
average.
starts.
Nothing. Just sit in the post and keep jumping. They're gonna keep jumping. They're gonna keep jumping. Sit on the line.
Yeah, fade away.
Now, stopping that clip right there, when it comes to Jordan's time on the Wizards, if you look at his raw numbers those 2 years, I would say they're pretty decent stats, mildly impressive. But if you look past that, add some context of his injuries, playing through injuries, Michael Jordan's time on the Wizards is even more impressive. And that first year in Washington, before his injury, he was simply fantastic for superstar standards, averaging 24.6 points per game, 6.0 boards, 5.4 assists, 1.5 steals on 42% shooting. Jordan pre-injury ranked 8th in the NBA in scoring, ahead of Dirk, ahead of Antoine Walker, Ray Allen, and barely behind Vince Carter. And in terms of 40-point games, ranked 6th in the NBA, tied with Shaq at 3. And to add even more context, averaging nearly 25 points per game back in that era is way more impressive than 25 in this era. As in the year 2002, teams were averaging 95.5 points per game, the 5th lowest average of all time, compared to the modern NBA, where teams score 110 to 115 with ease. And when it comes to the older generation of players, playing through injuries was commonplace back in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. Today, not so much. And after Jordan got hurt in 2002, of course, he tried to play through injuries. In his last 8 games that year, they really tanked his stats and how good he actually was when healthy. As in those 8 games, only averaged 12 points on sub-40 shooting. Again, Jordan's time in Washington requires tons of context.
Did you see how he played then? I'm gonna get in the post, I'm gonna do this, right? He wasn't deering it like LeBron.
I mean, that's all he ever did.
Their bodies
No,
was
100%. But he's just saying at least about getting buckets. Like Jordan to get buckets, because it's easier to get buckets now. He wouldn't do it like LeBron.
I don't know what I'm saying is the reason Jordan wouldn't average 40 because Jordan's body wouldn't have let him average 40.
It would be, he was sitting on the line to these kids today.
But think about it. LeBron at 38, right? He's still running like he's 20. Michael Jordan was like, they were tearing tar out of his knee every game.
Now, for this clip right here, I think both sides of the argument make really valid points. As looking at age 38 Jordan, age 38 LeBron, both players in varying degrees are highly effective players. Of course, LeBron, the better overall player, but he does it in a much different way. As LeBron last year, on transition scoring, ranked 2nd in the NBA at 8.3 points per game on a ridiculous shooting efficiency. Now, Jordan in his prime was a great transition player, but in the Wizards mainly, dominated in the mid-range. As looking at 2002, Michael Jordan that year averaged 12.4 points per game in the mid-range. That ranked 1st in the NBA, ahead of Allen Iverson on a better shooting percentage. Looking at 2003, once again Jordan, ranked 1st in mid-range scoring at 43.3%, and compared to his protege Clay Bryant, had a higher percentage and a higher scoring average in the 2003 season. And for Michael Jordan's time in the NBA, he played a total of 30 games over the age of 40. In those 30 games, Jordan, mind you, post-knee surgery, numerous elbow problems, ankle problems, Jordan at that point still averaged 22.4 points per game, 7.2 boards, 3.4 assists on 46% shooting. It actually is kind of remarkable Michael Jordan, as he got older and healthier, became more efficient.
in this era.
What'd he say to Kenyon? This a back brace?
No,
It's gonna be a long day for you.
We got
Back brace? Hey, back brace. This is gonna be a long day for you.
Michael Jordan?
Yeah.
Michael Jordan ain't got to run in no air, man.
Defensively, what I'm saying is defensively he's running. But I'm saying
we hiding him.
We hiding him.
We can hide him.
So you had a point guard who didn't score in that era, right? Like if he was guarding AI, he wouldn't guard AI, he'd guard Eric Snow.
But right now,
they don't have that in the era. In this era, both guards are the scorers now.
No.
So stopping it right there, when it comes to defensive stats, defensive analytics, for the 2000s, there's not much solid proof that Jordan was a great defender. And I will concede the overall point Jordan and the Wizards, of course, compared to his prime, was much slower, less consistent, and from night to night, didn't bring it to every single matchup. But on the flip side, even Jordan approaching 40 had numerous games locking down Vince Carter, Paul Pierce, Antoine Walker, stifling T-Mac, and even holding Kobe in check for at least some quarters. Not saying he was first team all defense, but Jordan and the Wizards wasn't a pushover on that end of the court. And if you want some solid evidence Jordan had a really great defensive impact on the Wizards, look at the 0-1 Wizards pre-Michael Jordan. That Wizards team ranked 29th in defense, which was dead last. The 0-2 Wizards with Jordan pre-All-Star break when he was healthy ranked 14th in defense, up nearly 15 spots. And to show Jordan's overall impact once again, the post-All-Star break Wizards, when Jordan was hurt, fell from 14th down to 23rd. Jordan's defensive impact, even at age 39 and 40, was definitely felt in Washington. And in terms of the modern era, hiding Jordan on defense, look, if Trae Young, Steph Curry, Dame, and Luka can be hidden on defense, I think Michael Jordan, they could have some scheme to hide him, or at least put him in the corner on a non-offensive player.
Y'all didn't expect shit, all right? Y'all didn't expect shit from those greats, so you know what I mean? Like, if he's out there giving you 30, you should be grateful. If he scored more than 20, you should be grateful, right? Because where was Larry Bird at 38?
Back you out of me.
Magic, 38? Right. What did Kareem look like at 38? Yeah. Right, all the guys that, he's competing with, what did they look like at 38? So if you didn't expect shit from them and, whatever they did out there, you was just grateful for. Whatever he do, grateful for. Don't say LeBron lost shit because y'all didn't say Kareem lost shit.
So that was a little long-winded right there, but at the very end of that clip, Gilbert said one thing I absolutely despise. And that's the overall notion that LeBron James, when he loses at this age, it really doesn't matter. And why I despise that is because fans, the media, even LeBron himself sometimes, hypes up his team, hypes up his squad as championship contenders. And in 2022, when you quite literally say, keep that same energy, you can't get mad at fans for doing exactly that. As in the past 2 to 3 years, LeBron's had a big three, he has an all-star Anthony Davis, and his Lakers teams have had great depth. But all of a sudden when he loses, it's, well, he's 37-38, doesn't count, doesn't matter, what do you expect from him? Well, according to you guys, I expect the Lakers to win last year, win in 2022, and repeat in 2021. Because according to you guys, Lakers every year should have won those championships. My overall point being, don't pull the he's in year 20, year 19 card when he loses. Because when he wins, you guys celebrate his age, how old he is, and how many years he's played. Now, looking at one of Gilbert's other points he was completely wrong on is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar not being effective at age 38. Now, knowing NBA history, Kareem at age 38 is one of the best years of all time for a player past the age of 35, as Kareem that year averaged 22 points per game on nearly 60% shooting, was 4th in MVP, made the finals, and his Lakers team won 60 plus games. And the finals versus Boston, Kareem at age 38 won the MVP, averaging 26-9-5 with 2 blocks versus a Boston team that won 63 games. That right there, in my opinion, is the greatest age 38 season of all time. And even more impressive than all that, Kareem at age 38 played a total of 98 out of 101 games. You won't catch any player in the NBA past the age of 35 really playing 60 or even 70 games. Haven't seen Steph do it, haven't seen LeBron do it, and most certainly haven't seen KD do it. And to go full circle in this video, looking at Michael Jordan at the age of 40. That year in his final year, he played all 82 games, averaging 37.0 minutes per game. If you compare Michael Jordan at 40 to last year's NBA leaders in minutes per game, here's his ranks. First off, he'd be first in games played at 82, first in total minutes, and third in minutes per game. If Michael Jordan at age 40 can do that on a bad knee, bad ankle, why are players today in the NBA sitting out only 3 games into the season? Absolutely appalling, and once again shows why Michael Jordan on the Wizards was actually highly impressive. As always, thank you guys for watching, hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.